Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm just going to be doing a recap of Basketball Wives Season 8, Episode 3. And y'all, like, literally just got finished watching it, so I am still, like, mind blown. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and start. If you're not already, go ahead and subscribe. Okay, so it first starts off with the recap of the last episode, and in that last episode, basically, Kristen and Cece, they had a little kumbaya, and they hugged everything out. Not everything out, but they kind of just agreed to be cordial and start talking again. And then OG says, you know, it's still stuff behind the scenes, so of course that got everybody at home wondering, like, what the fuck is she talking about, you know? And then also Jennifer with her little drama or whatever. You know, that little storyline, whatever you want to call it. So the episode starts off with Jennifer. She's crying at the little, I think it was like a meditation party or something like that. And Shawnee gave in and hugged her. And I'm just like, you're doing exactly what she wants you to do. Because Jennifer is just being super manipulative. Like, girl, you know how many people lose their parents every day and you do not see them talking about other people's kids and just lying so bad like that. So I was just like, Shawnee, why is you hugging her? She's like, oh, I feel sorry for you. And I'm just like, girl, that's what she wants you to do. That's why she blaming it on something that, you know, people are going to feel sorry for or whatever. So I'm just like, girl. And then Evelyn makes a really good point. She's like, okay, Jim Mama wasn't even sick when she was talking about my child. So how do you explain that? And I'm like, you're right, sis. You're exactly right. All right, so the next scene is Jackie, Shawnee, and fucking Tammy. And so I'm just I'm super lost. I don't know if it's winter, but they all keep wearing these big ass coats that I'm like, y'all live in LA, so what is this about? But yeah, it must be winter or something. So anyways, Tammy come in and I just wasn't fucking with Tammy. Look, the wig just was obviously a wig. Like, if you're gonna have a wig, make it look natural or whatever. And she on this red lipstick that just was not. She come in and she basically tells them about how her ex-husband had a stroke, and she gets really, really emotional about it. She kind of feels like she shouldn't be that way because, you know, they're not together anymore. But she's like, it's the father of my children. You know, it's crazy. I never want this to happen to him. And she just talks about, like, it was a really bad stroke apparently because he's having to learn how to talk again and he lost some of his vision. So you can tell it's, like, pretty serious or whatever. But I'm just like, yikes. But I definitely feel like she got a right to feel emotional because me personally, even if I don't talk to people anymore, friends, relationships, anything, I still want the best for them. So for that to happen, and then somebody you were married to that you had a really, really close relationship with, I know it gotta bother you for them to be, you know, going through something. She makes a comment like, contrary to popular belief, she loved him or something. So I'm like, what's that about? Do people think you were a gold digger or something? Like, what do you mean contrary to popular belief? But she didn't really elaborate on that, so we just not gonna know. Okay, so in the next scene, Phoebe is getting a tattoo and she invited Evelyn, and she just explains that her grandfather suddenly passed because he found out he had cancer and it was really late in his cancer, so he passed like 3 weeks after finding out. And so she got a cancer tattoo, and I just thought that was cute. It's definitely something I could relate to. A lot of people in my family has had cancer, so yeah. But Phoebe is a new character or whatever you want to call it, and I actually really, really fuck with her. Like, she's super down to earth, and I can tell she not with all that other stuff. She seemed like she bought her bag. She mentioned that her grandfather was her best friend, so I feel like it's gonna push her to be more open to getting closer with the girl. Okay, so Jackie, Malaysia, Cece, and OG meet up, and first of all, Jackie just she go there and she talking about something, OG, you look so good, or something like that. And I was like, bitch, I know you fucking lying. Like, OG, I look a hot ass mess. I was like, sis, what do you have going on here? But yeah, so anyways, they go to talking about the whole Kristen Cece drama, and OG just seems taken aback by the fact that Kristen and Cece basically are cool now. And you can just tell, like, she was not happy with that at all. And so Malaysia called on and she's like, what is this about? And OG was like, well, you know what, I just want them to be completely open, and when they make up, I want them to be, you know, honest with each other. I want everything to be out in the open and stuff. And Malaysia's like, what? Like, you mind your business. It seems like you don't want to be friends. Da 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 da. She decides that Kristen is invited, and that's when OG really was looking like, what? Like, she was not happy about that. And I don't know if she's like threatened by Kristen, like she wants to be Cece's one and only friend or what it is, but yeah, she was just like not happy at all about it. And she just kept being very vague, but you could just tell like she knew some tea. And I'm thinking, like, okay, is Kristen on Thomas cheating? Because she keeps saying, like, it's still skeletons in the closet. So I'm like, what are you getting at? But, of course, you know, they got to drag it out to keep us, you know, on the edge of our beds. Because literally I was like, what the fuck is going on? Tell me the tea. Alright, so in the next scene, Evelyn meets up with Jackie at this little shop. And Evelyn looked cute as fuck. She had this nice little colorful outfit with her little Chanel purse. I was like, you go, sis, okay? But yeah, so they're in this little shop, and Evelyn reveals that she's going to be making a skincare line because after the information on her body, she learned a lot more about organic products, and she decided to make some of her own. So Jackie talking about it smells good in there and all this stuff like that. Evelyn says, you know, I'm inviting everybody but Tammy and what's the bitch name? I can't even remember her name, and that's so sad. Jennifer. She's like, I'm inviting everybody but Tammy and Jennifer. And Jackie was like, why? And honestly, I wish that Tammy and Evelyn would make up. I feel like those are two of my favorite characters in the... I don't want to say characters because it's not like it's a cartoon. But those are like two of my favorite people in Malaysia. I just wish they would make up because Tammy is funny and Evelyn seems pretty real or whatever. So I just wish they would make up. But it don't seem like that's going to happen anytime soon. So yeah, Evelyn says that her products are going to have CBD in it, and I'm in my bed and I'm like, oh, what's that? And I'm so glad Jackie was like, what is that? And I'm like, good girl, because I didn't know she's talking about neither, but she says it's basically like a form of weed or something like that. And like when they leaving, like at the end of the scene, you can see one of the bottles say $75. I said, oh, you expensive, okay. The next scene is Tammy with her daughter Jazz, and they're just talking about Kenny's stroke, and Jazz is visibly upset. She's just like, you know, there were some things that I still want to say to him, and I was scared that I wasn't going to be able to say it to him. And then she thought, like, you know, what if that was you, Mom? And basically Tammy is like a smoker, and I don't know, I kind of forgot that she was a smoker, but Jazz is basically trying to get her mom to see that this is your wake-up call, you need to quit smoking. And Tammy's like, I want to stop, but it's really hard. And personally, I can relate to this because my mom is a smoker, and I be wanting her to stop so bad. It really is a bad addiction, like Tammy says, so you got to keep that in mind. Alright, so in the next scene, Evelyn is at a sports store with her son, and this is my first time seeing him in this season, and he is so adorable. But yeah, so she's just like picking out stuff because he's gonna start playing baseball, and apparently he's like really good at it. So she's just basically FaceTiming the girls and telling them, you know, about the little skincare party or whatever. And her little son is so funny. Like, she got some boxes for him, and he was like, oh, nuts. And I'm like, cuz, you funny. And then like she said something else, and he was like, oh God. And I was like, little dude a comedian. Okay, so in the next scene it is Jennifer and Kristen, and they're at the beach, and Kristen got on a damn hoodie and a jean jacket. So at this point I realized, like, okay, it's winter time, because ain't no way in hell they're wearing all these hot ass clothes in the summer. So anyways, her and Jennifer are just talking, and Jennifer starts to say, well, you know, everybody else is innocent. And I'm just like, girl, when are you gonna own up to what you did? Because you keep blaming it on everybody else. You saying you didn't do it, then you saying you did it because of your mama. Like, girl, just own up to it. Don't you always trying to scapegoat. But she says that, and I'm just like, what are you even talking about? Like, so yeah. And then she says, my dad texted me when my mom died, you know, that was super, I guess, insensitive or whatever. And I'm just like, I get that, but you a whole grown ass woman. You having no excuse to be acting that way. Like, you was too damn old to be lying like that. Like, too damn old. But basically, Kristen is like, you know what? I think with all that you're dealing with, you just need to fall back from the group. And Jennifer's like, yeah, I think I should too. And I'm like, great, because you aggy as fuck anyways, and you need to go on with all that. I'm up to it. I can't stand all that lying. Oh, I can't stand it. So I'm glad she came to that conclusion, and hopefully we don't have to see her. Alright, so OG shows up to Jackie's apartment, and they drunk like veggie smoothies or whatever. And so she got this big duffel, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, girl, that is not a price. What are you doing? So she basically says she's gonna make a damn butt moving doll because she's a football player, and she had this little twerking thing that she did when she made touchdowns, and she don't get the doll to do the same thing. And I'm just like, baby, I hope you're ready to get bankrupt, because ain't nobody buying that. Like, you're not gonna make dumb money like how you expecting to. Like, find something else. But anyways, Jackie go along her little scheme or whatever, and they making a little cast of OG ass, and I ain't gonna lie, OG came out her little robe. I said, she got a nice body. I mean, I know she an athlete, but she got like ass and titties. Like, she got a nice body. So she goes and she basically she making a little cast. You know, I know Jackie a little freaky with her. I was like, Lord, they probably had a damn orgy after this. You ain't no real. My thing too is like Jackie had a whole table like ready to do the cast. I'm just like, so you was expecting this, or do you just have this table? Like, what is this about? So they start talking about other females, and Jackie makes a comment about we're all wives, and then OG is like, not all of us. And so I'm thinking she's talking about herself, because I'm like, you're not married, you never been married. So I'm thinking she's talking about herself. I was like, okay, but I guess she was trying to insinuate somebody else in the group, and I'm just like, do you have the room to be talking? Okay, so Tammy decides to go to a hypnotist to try to really stop herself from smoking. And honestly, y'all, these ladies be doing the dumbest, most expensive shit in the whole wide world. Like, y'all give me that much money, I'm gonna do the shit. I ain't gonna be doing dumb shit like going to damn hypnotists and shit. But, you know, to each his own. It's y'all damn money, y'all spend how y'all want to. But, yeah, I really like her fitness scene. It was like a yellow little tracksuit. It was cute. Her closure was way over bleached, but she'll look, you know, a little cute or whatever. But yeah, I really wonder like if this shit had worked, because they put so many effects in that scene, so I couldn't really tell like what was real and what wasn't. But yeah, she woke up and she was like, I went to sleep. And I was like, oh, what? But she was like, she hope it worked. And I was like, me too, baby, because I know that shit was not cheap. Okay, so the next scene, Evelyn has a little skincare party, and she just says, you know, since Jennifer isn't here, hopefully there won't be no drama. And I'm just like, you're wrong, because all the previews have been showing me nothing but Kristen going crazy, so that's dead. And so the girls start showing up and stuff, and I'm looking at Malaysia and Shawnee. I'm like, ain't no way in hell y'all barefaced. And the lady specifically told y'all to be barefaced, so I'm like, then they was putting the makeup on their damn palms. Is this your palm? I don't know. Right here. And I'm like, it's supposed to be on your face. So Cece tells Kristen she's invited to the engagement party, and Kristen would be like, oh, I can't go. And I'm just like, bitch, this was your whole issue, that you couldn't go, and now she's telling you can go, and you're like, I can't go. But she had a good reason. She was like, her mom and her do a cancer walk, and it's the same date of, so she won't be able to go. So Cece basically tells Malaysia and Kristen that she has to get a biopsy herself, because ever since she came back from a trip, she hasn't just been feeling like herself, and it's like she has some mass in her uterus or whatever, and she's pretty scared about it, and she doesn't want to know about it before her engagement party, just because she knows she's going to stress about it and stuff. So they're talking about, you know, how they made up and everything. So Malaysia talks about how OG was salty about Cece and Kristen making up, and the next thing you know, OG walks in, and OG basically, she looks at Kristen and Cece having a conversation, and she looked at them in pure disgust. And then she was like, come here, Cece, we need to talk. So her and Cece go to talking, and Malaysia was like not having it. So she went over there and she was like, you know, asking questions, you know, what's going on. And then Shawnee went over there, and then Kristen went over there, and that's when it all went down, basically. So she was, you know, already talking about how she didn't like Kristen and everything. And she was like, you know, I'm not going to be fake. You're a fake-ass bitch. And I was like, girl, I salute you for saying it to her face. You were bold about it. I fucks with that energy. And Kristen was like, I'm fake. How am I fake? OG was like, you borrowed Cece's clothes and shoes. And I was like, pause. Because I got two issues. One, if I waited and watched this whole damn episode because this girl borrowing clothes and shoes, I'm going to have to fight them OG. Because they ain't, I mean, that's not no damn tea. Two, how the fuck do Kristen fit damn Cece fat ass clothes? I mean, like, Cece not fat, but like, they are obviously two different sizes. So I was like, how is this physically possible? So I'm like, are you done? Then she dropped a whole bomb, my nigga. She was like, is Sting Tommy's real dad? So then they cut to commercial break, because, you know, they can't let you have your moment or whatever. So they get back, and Kristen ready to fight. She just want to bam. And I'm just honestly like, Kristen, baby, I understand you're upset, but you're not about it. So pop all that down. I understand you're frustrated, you angry, but you're really not about to fight. And if you fight, you're probably going to get your ass beat, because OG is a whole motherfucking athlete out here. So don't try. Cece makes a comment about, you know, blended family, and she just like, She isn't even affected by it at all. I mean, she seemed annoyed that OG revealed it, but she just was like, Phoebe was a whole mood. She just sitting there, like, in the background, like. And I was like, sis, I fuck with you. When drama go down, you don't even be bothered. Just don't even get into it. Shani and Evelyn are all on Malaysia and Kristen's side. They're like, that did not have to be said. You shouldn't expose people. Mind your business. Stay in your place, etc., etc. And I'm just like, y'all probably agree because this done happened to y'all. And I mean, they right. That wasn't really her place. You really did hit below the belt. But I'm just like, yikes. And Malaysia had a cutaway, and y'all, her bob was fucking gorgeous. It was slayed to the gods. It was an asymmetrical bob, and it was gorgeous. They kept, like, Kristen kept saying that OG's man was something, but it kept blurring it out. Something's like, what is she saying? And the only logical thing that made sense to me is gay. Honestly, that's the only thing that could make sense to me. And I mean, if he gay, it's nothing wrong with that, but just, you don't need to have no girlfriend if you gay. But I really wondered what Kristen was saying, because OG was like, he's not. And I'm just like, he's not what? I want to know. It was this like girl in like a white t-shirt in the background, and she just was there the whole time. And I'm like, who is she? Everyone pretty much agreed that Cece was wrong for telling OG the information, because it kind of gave her, you know, the armory that she needed to like fight against Kristen. So I mean, I definitely agree with that. You gotta keep family business with family. Once Shani tells Kristen that Cece was the one who told OG, Kristen go running again like she finna fight, and I'm just like, girl, stop. You. And then my thing is, she stopped herself. Like, they wasn't like really running after her, but she like literally stopped herself, and I was like, see, bitch, you know you're not about it. But yeah, all the girls, even Phoebe, they're all giving her, you know, sympathy and hugging her, all this good stuff, like, we're so sorry, it's okay, don't let her tell your story, don't let it get to you, all this stuff like that. And I'm just like, Phoebe spoke her truth, and she basically said, like, look, that shit OG did was whack, I can't fuck with her. And she said, like, look, if these what these group of women are about, then I'm not for it. And I'm like, okay, sis, we gonna see. I know I'm gonna see you the rest of the season. Malaysia basically confronted OG at the end of the episode and, like, was like, why are you doing this? OG's basically, like, looking crazy, like, what do you mean? And I'm just like, girl, you fucked up, okay? I honestly feel like the whole squad, group, whatever, is gonna be against OG. In the previews for the next episode, everyone is basically, I see they're like at some dinner or something like that, and they're like, OG, she used you. So I guess they're talking about CC used OG as like a vessel to hurt Kristen, but I'm not really sure if that's true. I feel like OG did that with her own intent, because she could have very easily held that back, and I've seen no footage of, you know, CC telling her, hey, say this. So I don't even know if I agree with that. I just feel like CC shouldn't have said anything, and that was her fault. It was Tammy, Jackie, and OG, and Tammy made a comment like, Jackie, you fake, and Jackie was like, what do you mean I fake? Tammy, I know you're not calling me fake. And I was like, somebody done said it, because that Jackie Christie is something fake. She is old as fuck and fake. Okay? Alright, y'all, so that was my first review of Basketball Wives Season 8, Episode 3. If y'all like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I need 50 thumbs up to do another one for next week, so y'all need to get there if y'all want it. Let me know in the comment section below how y'all feel about this episode, how y'all feel about what OG did. Do y'all feel like Cece is wrong, etc. And like this video. And if you aren't already, subscribe. Follow my socials. They will be down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.